Now, the Convention People's Party staging a protest in Accra over what the party describes as social and economic injustice against the Ghanaian people. The demonstration coincides with the 49th anniversary of the overthrow of Dr. Kwame Nkrumah, who founded the party to lead the country to independence. The action is also being used to demand the return of the party's assets, which were seized after Nkrumah's overthrow. The Convention People's Party is also asking government to deal with the difficulties facing the country, including the energy crisis and economic decline. My colleague Derek Ekosam is covering the demonstration and joins me now over the telephone. Hello, Derek.
Yeah, hello, Kamini, can you hear me?
I can hear you. Tell us what's going on now.
Well, I'm currently at Obra Sports, and it's barely a week after the biggest opposition party, the NPP, had their Wambo demonstration. Today, the CPP, the Convention People's Party, is also here, and they are picketing at government. It's been 49 years since the overthrow of Kwame Nkrumah, the late president, in 1966, and they are here to demonstrate, to ask for some confiscated items that were seized from the party in 1966. Notable among them is the Ministry of Information and Communication building, which they say was the party headquarters at that particular time. I have Lucienne in here with me, and I want to talk to her. You are live on Johnny Domoti TV.
Hello.
Yes, you are here today to demonstrate. It's been a long time you did this, right?
Yes, it's a long time.
So why are you here today?
We need our assets back. We cannot sit down and let people occupy us for 49 good years. Now, CPP offices, we need them back.
Now, what you are talking about is basically about the fact that the Ministry of Information and Communication building.
That's alone.
Yes, that is what we have. What are the other ones that we don't know?
The police headquarters in Sudan, CPP office, and that almost all the security they build their courts. Yes.
When you get all these assets back, will it change the fortunes of the CPP in any way?
Because at the moment, you see, everything you need money. Even when you come to the press, you need money. As we are having this, we have to contribute petrol from our pockets. I'm not enjoying any pension. Only my children are taking care of me. So you could see how we are suffering. We are at the moment we are renting a place. Our office, we pay rent. We pay rent. Why? Mother of all parties should pay rent.
Well, there are others who also think that there are a litany of issues that plague the country now. Why would you want to pick it and demonstrate to ask for your seized items?
We need our seized items. People don't use it for a long time. Where is it from? It's legally, it's ours. You see, we are talking about democracy. And if we are talking about democracy, why should we seize our assets? Also confiscate our assets. Even in the Constitution, what do we say about Nkrumah? And you teach people about Nkrumah, still a criminal. It's wrong. And then you call Nkrumah a founder of this country. This Constitution, they need to repeal us. So many flaws in this Constitution.
All right, thank you very much for talking to us. So let me talk to Lucy Henin, who is a veteran politician and a founding member of the CPP. And they are not only asking that their seized items be returned to them. They only want a couple of other things done to help the CPP and make it a better party. Kamini?
Right, Derek. Earlier we were seeing some live pictures from there. Unfortunately, we lost that. But tell us about turnouts at the Obra Sports for the picketing.
Well, you wouldn't obviously expect a bigger crowd like we had for the Wambo demonstration by the NPP, because the CPP is a smaller party. So we have hundreds of people here, and this is being organized by the youth wing of the CPP. So we don't have the party hierarchy here. We only have the national youth organizer, Ernesto Yeboah, and some other people who make up the youth committee of the CPP. I want to talk to one of them here. You are live on One TV. Your name, please.
My name is Terry Evans. I'm a communication team member and also the convener for the Coalition for Ghana's Independence Now.
Right, so you are here to demonstrate to ask that your seized items be returned to you.
Yes.
But you are picketing. And I was talking to one of your members earlier. He said that from here he would walk through the street to the party headquarters. How true is that?
Yeah. That's the agreed thing. From here we are going to a party office to refresh the members who made it here. Yeah, so that's what we're going to do.
How far are you willing to go to get your seized items?
From here, we are going to take the legal action because this case is so winnable that if you read that part of the constitution that is still making our assets be in the hands of government. It's so funny. It shows that our education system has been one of a conformist one to the extent that even lawyers have to conform to a weak and useless education system, because the NDC was allowed governments to transfer Ghana from military rule to democracy or civilian rule, and they saw nothing wrong with a decree done by a military government to seize somebody's item, to hand it over to them, but to also put it in the democratic constitution and say that no court should entertain such people or organizations like CPP when they bring this case to them.
Okay, if I heard you right, you mean you had to court after this?
Oh yes. Yes.
When should we expect you to court?
I can't give timelines, but that's the right thing we're going to do. But we are going to also set process so that government can listen. If you can listen and just see that that part of the constitution is useless and must be repealed from our constitution. They do that because if you take all the decrees that are made by the soldiers after 1966, they've repealed everything. But anything that says anything ill about Kwame Nkrumah and the CPP is so pending, to the extent that they said that nobody should have a communication with Kwame Nkrumah, and it's still in the decrees. When you go to the Supreme Court library, it is there.
Right. Thank you very much for talking to us, but I'll move on and talk to one other person here.
Right.
Also, part of the CPP, I guess, but she's here to demonstrate. Now, there is no about demonstration. If you think it's no about.
Okay, me person me kata free Kwame Nkrumah says. For time Kwame Nkrumah buy, Kwame Nkrumah need school education in buy. Now so abanga na for now, mo person omunya Ghana nye.
Right, we'll get back to that in subsequent broadcasts. Lesson attention up north, where 4 out of the 5 operating theatres at the Tamale Teaching Hospital have been closed down following a breakdown of the hospital's central air conditioning system. This means that the only referral hospital for the 3 regions in the north cannot handle more than 3 emergency cases at a time. All other patients need to queue to have their turn because the theatre can only take 1 case at a time. We now go live to the northern region and speak with the public relations person for the Tamale Teaching Hospital, Ms. Bao Mohammed. Thanks for joining us here, Mohammed.
Thank you very much. Good morning.
Good morning to you, Mohammed. Help us understand how the central air conditioners breakdown could affect 4 of your theatres.
Thank you very much. Before November 2014, the hospital's electrical system was hooked to the community transformer, and for that reason, we had power surges from time to time, and that affected the central air conditioning. But from November to date, we have had a dedicated power line from Disco serving the hospital. But we are now facing the effects of the previous power surges.
I still need a bit of clarification on it. Is it that the central air conditioner is broken down, or you don't have enough power to fire it? We
have more than enough power, because as we speak, the hospital is hooked to a dedicated power line 24 hours 7, and there's power flowing almost every time. And for that reason, power is not part of the problem at all. It's just the central air conditioning that is broken down.
Now to the issue itself. How does the breakdown of the air conditioner affect surgical procedures at the hospital, so much so that 4 of the theatres would have to be shut down?
The theatre is such that it is so enclosed, and the conditions there, if the temperature is not regulated, the surgeons and the patients who will be operated upon would be put at risk.
How?
To the extent that the place is warm, the surgeons, the kind of garments, the kind of clothing they wear to undertake the surgery, is such that if you don't have a regulated environment within the theater, they are unable to, wear. They feel warm.
So, Mohammed,
Yeah.
What is the appropriate condition for a surgical procedure to be able to take place?
The surgical theater should be such that the surgeon and the patient who is being operated on will not perspire or sweat in the course of the procedure.
Great. Great. Now, this problem has persisted since November 2014?
Not true. I said that until November 2013, when we had a dedicated power line from the Grisco substation in Tamale to the hospital. We had depended on transformers that were hooked onto the communities surrounding the hospital.
So what steps have we put in place to try and correct the problem with the central air conditioner?
As we speak, we have installed 4 new air conditioners in the various theaters. The problem is that the building was constructed to fix the central air conditioning system. And for that reason, we have had to drill the parts of the building to be able to connect the newly installed ACs to a power source to enable the theaters work. And as we speak, I'm optimistic that the next 48 to 72 hours, these air conditioners will be connected and the theaters will be fully operationalized.
I see. In the meantime, however, you have to ration the use of one of your theaters. Right. How often do you get cases referred to the theater?
It's only emergency cases that need emergency surgery that are treated at the moment. But those cases do not come frequently.
I see. So do you see this affecting patients adversely?
To the extent that we have had planned cases and have to cancel those planned cases, the patients are not, it is not to the disadvantage of the patient, but we see it as part of our revenue losses, because if we were able to carry out those surgeries, we would have made some income out of those procedures. And once the theaters are not in use, we are not able to make those monies as planned.
Very well. Thank you very much for your time, Ms. Bal. Ms. Bal Muhammad is Public Relations Officer for the Tamale Teaching Hospital. Now, the impact of the current power crisis on the management of health facilities in the Ashanti region is expected to feature prominently at the annual performance review of health services today. Authorities at the Kumasi South Hospital last week initiated a move to keep the facility running in the midst of the power outages by charging patients an additional levy of 3 cedis. The decision has, however, been suspended, leaving the facility to operate only when there is power from the national grid. I'm joined over the phone line now by Multimedia's Grace Apia to bring us up to speed what's happening there. Hello, Grace.
Yeah, it's Prince rather, Kemini.
It's Prince.
Yeah.
I'm sorry about that. I'm not sure how Prince could turn to Grace. But tell us about what you have gathered so far from the place.
Kemini, at the moment, the annual regional review is ongoing. I managed to speak to the regional director, which is Dr. Alexis Nambe Fuba, some few minutes ago, and speaking to him, he told me that in this particular meeting, they are going to meet all the medical superintendents of health institutions in the Ashanti region about this particular issue. For him, the decision by the South Central Hospital to charge patients the fee for because of the electricity problem wasn't a bad idea, but they didn't go through the right procedure in doing that. He thinks that they should have consulted the health directory, the regional health directory, to go through to follow the right procedure before they charge this particular fee. So at the moment, they are going to sit down with them, find a proper way to, look at how to solve this particular electricity problem and how patients will not be so much affected by it, so that healthcare delivery in the region will be effectively taken care of.
In other words, the suspension of the 3 cedi levy at the South Central Hospital still holds?
Yeah, at the moment he tells me that he's asked them to stop charging. He's asked all medical institutions who might have also followed suit to stop charging this fee and wait after this meeting they are about holding, and after the decision comes out, whatever decision they are going to take, then they go ahead and implement those ones. So at the moment, all the medical institutions, facilities have stopped charging, stopped charging all these fees.
Well, Prince, thank you very much. We'll leave it here for now. In subsequent broadcasts, we'll get back to you for some more updates. Meanwhile, the minority spokesperson on energy says the National Democratic Congress only installed 2.5 megawatts of power in 6 years. Katie Hammond is challenging the ruling party to provide evidence to support its claim that it has generated more power than the previous Kufuor administration. He was addressing a news conference in Parliament, from where our correspondent Emmanuel Ante now joins me. Hello, Ima.
Hello, Kamini.
What more can you tell us about what the minority has been saying?
Well, Kamini, I can tell you that they have challenged the NDC's claim that they have provided more power than, or they have generated more power than the NPP. According to them, the auditor, and then they also raised questions about the Auditor General's report on the extension of the electricity to the 1,200 communities that had made waves in the airwaves recently. They claim that the report, which they said on the was first presented by the facts of the transaction, which they said was on the 25th of April 2006. The commercial contract for the project was signed, and so the NDC's statement that it was the due diligence process was started by the NDC was a lie. That's what they're saying, Kamini.
I see. We'll leave it here for now, Ima. Thank you very much for that. We'll get more on that in subsequent broadcasts. Well, that's it for the hour. I'll take you through your top stories again, where an Accra Circuit Court is acquitted and discharged all 6 persons accused of aiding Nayeli Ametepe to traffic 12 kilograms of cocaine to the United Kingdom. Well, also 4 out of the 5 operating theatres at the Tamale Teaching Hospital have been closed down following a breakdown of the central air conditioner. Meanwhile, Ms. Bao Mohammed of the hospital says that this should be reversed in about 48 or 72 hours as the hospital has purchased new air conditioners for each of the theatres. Now, the Convention People's Party stages protests over what they describe as social injustice and economic injustice as well against the Ghanaian people, demanding also their assets be returned to them. And Chief Executive Officer of the Ghana Gas Company, Dr. George Sipayanke, says 650 cubic feet of gas needed to solve energy crisis going waste at the Ghana Gas Company in Atwabo. Meanwhile, the Water River Authority says it cannot be responsible for any faulty plants under because all the plants under their care are working. But they say we're experiencing some relief as TICO and Senate give us 220 more megawatts of power. Let us know how you're feeling wherever you are as far as the energy situation is concerned on our social media platforms. Join us on TV, on Facebook, and on Twitter. I am on Facebook as well, Kamini Nyamani Amano. I tweet at Kamini. I'll see you again pretty shortly on Joy News today, later in the day, midday. My name is Kamini Nyamani Amano. Have a good day.